So it's safe to say that Ish and Flip's Rewind episode is my favorite one so far. I honestly expected them to be a great pairing. In earlier videos, I mentioned that Ish kind of treats Flip like a younger brother, checking on him, giving him advice, sharing words of wisdom, and that dynamic really shows here. Their friendship comes through naturally throughout the episode. Flip even took the time to acknowledge some of his past behavior. Looking back, he admitted that he was being a bit whiny at times when he first joined the pod. But to be fair, that's what a lot of newcomers do. They come in trying to shake things up and find their place. One thing Flip used to do that I'm glad stayed in the past is constantly bringing up contract discussions. To me, that kind of conversation isn't necessary for the audience. Some things are better kept behind the scenes. We understand the cameras are rolling and the mics are hot, but at the end of the day, we don't need to know all the inner workings. As long as everyone shows up and is in good health, that's what really matters. If there are schedule changes or someone's taking a day off, that's fine to mention, but beyond that, the internal details don't really add value for the viewer. Maybe it's not that we don't care, or maybe it's just that some of us aren't curious enough. Either way, it's not essential. I do like that they've been digging into the archives for these Rewind episodes. It's refreshing to revisit older moments and see how things have evolved. During the episode, they were also asked about cast clashes and the narrative around Ice and B-Dot. And I'll be honest, I agree with Ish on this one. I don't like the idea of people potentially losing their jobs or even having that hinted at. In today's economy, people have families and responsibilities. I get it, business is business, but still, it's not something to take lightly. Of course, there are moments when I don't agree with everything said on the pod. Sometimes things get a bit out of pocket or unnecessary, and I'm sitting there thinking, come on, what are we doing? But even then, I'm not on the side of calling for someone's head over it. That's just my perspective, even if it's not the majority opinion. Flip, as we all know, brings a certain character when he's on the pod. It's part performance, part personality. But when he sits down and genuinely explains his vision and what he wants to contribute, it's clear he's trying to grow and be part of something bigger. He does catch a lot of criticism for his actions, and I'd be lying if I said I've never been critical of him myself. But growth is part of the process. People should be allowed to evolve. Hearing him break things down in a rewind format might help viewers see a different side of him, especially if he continues approaching things with intention. Of course, there will always be people ready to say, we'll see if he sticks to it, but that comes with the territory. And then, shifting away from all the serious talk, Flip's fashion segment had me cracking up. I had no business rewatching that part 3 times. That alone was entertainment on its own.
So pro player?
Flip, where did you get that jacket? I got it off of eBay. Is it a real starter jacket? I thought it was. How much did it cost? Couple of $100.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I swear. I got that account right here, you bitch ass nigga.
Yo,
I got the eBay account right here. Watch your fucking mouth, nigga.
A couple $100.
Listen, the beauty of fashion is that you can make it your own. Wear what makes you feel good and what expresses your personality, if you even care about fashion like that. But honestly, this part was hilarious. Flip really wouldn't let it go either. Even after they had moved on, like 3 topics later, he was still trying to pull up receipts about that jacket. At that point, sir, just let it go. That moment was ages ago. Shout out to Tahoe and Moon, if you know, you know. Overall, this was a great Rewind episode. I already expected Ish and Flip to be a strong pairing, and they delivered. It might even be the longest episode so far. The dynamic between them works perfectly. They really are each other's yin and yang. They even had Flip picking up all those cards after he tossed them in the air like that. Next time, maybe just keep the cards on the table instead of making a mess. It'll be interesting to see how far they take these Rewind episodes. If Ish and Joe ever do one together, that episode might end up being 2 hours long with the way they go back and forth. I also wonder if we'll ever get an episode where all the cast members are present at the same time. Something like that would be interesting, especially if they opened it up to fan questions. Some cast members are active on Spaces, but not everyone is on Twitter X or catches those moments, so a group setting like that could bring a fresh perspective. Anyway, feel free to drop your key takeaways in the comments if you're enjoying the content. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye.
Yeah, that nigga never started a game in his life. Oh man, this nigga here.
How do you make your style choices Flip for the pod? How do you make your style? Hey, y'all know my vintage shit. I wanted to get mad vintage jackets. I was at eBay. Yo, shut up.